you do a really good job of getting out into the community, getting out of the center, talking to local companies and organizations. I'd love to hear maybe a little bit about your approach on how you do that, how you get out, maybe what you say to them to try to get it, get out there and get people coming in. Because I think you do a good job of that.
So when I used to sell cars, they take you through the sales training and they pound it in your head. There's two things you need to sell. You need to sell yourself first. If you cannot sell yourself, you lost the sale. There's
Right.
no questions about it. So if you can sell yourself, secondly, you'll sell what you're selling. So I have always learned that if I go in, I always take, some free game passes or some family passes or some coupons for something. Or I take, we open the pizzeria over there. So I take in a pizza and I'm like, hey guys, I'm Sean from Oakwood Bowl. Here's my pizzeria. Here's some free game passes. Here's some stuff for your employees to bring back to me and give them a fair chance to come out and have some fun. And once I get that first initial, I try to go back a week or two later and, just sit down with what I have to offer. The biggest hurdle that I've had is some of the corporations. They don't care. You can sell yourself all day long, but they're not buying.
Right.
So you just got to find the right person inside those corporations that is looking for, hey, my employees do deserve an incentive to show up every day. And the world that we're in of people just not wanting to work, for lack of better terms, can I get a paycheck, but I don't want to do anything for my paycheck? You have to kind of show the outskirts of everything of, hey, let's do an incentive, which, as an employer, I myself am bad about, hey guys, you did a great job. Here's something to reward you for the job that I seen you do. And I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to get better, but I'm also trying to show different businesses that I'm doing exactly what I'm asking them to do with me. So like Texas Roadhouse is opening next door. And so they do a trade dollar for dollar. So what I was thinking was do a bowling evening for one of their employees, and we'll have a dinner evening for one of our employees.
Yeah.
So once you sell yourself, the only way you're not going to have that sell is the moment you ruin their trust. Ruin their trust basically is the number one. If once that's gone, you're done.
Yeah.
I mean, that business is out.
Yeah, it's tough to come back, right? So now, do you do that? How do you work that in your schedule? I mean, because you're running this place, you're on the move 20 hours a day. How do you fit that in there? Is it something you do during errands? Do you have specific days where you do that, or routes, or how do you work those visits in? Because it is somewhat time consuming.
It is very time consuming, and to tell you the truth, I'm real bad about, my calendar is crazy all the time. So if I'm out running an errand and I see some new business or I see someone that I've spoke to recently, I try to make it a point to talk to them. Yet if I'm at Staples or if I'm at Walmart or, at the gas station, I go and sit and have lunch with some of my buddies. So I try to, work it into my schedule. But more than likely, it's more of when I'm out running errands, I got 10 minutes before I have my next meeting. I'm going to run over here and say hi and see how everybody's doing over here.
Okay. So, you always got some game cards in the car prepared to walk in any time. And maybe once in a while you have the pizza ready to go too.
I can make a phone call. Hey, get me a pizza ready. I'll be in 5 minutes to pick it up, and they'll have it ready for me, and I'll roll through.
Yeah, because I think that's the tough part is how do you work it in? Because it is, have dedicated blocks of time to that can be tough. But if you're already out and about and it's just a matter of 10 minutes to stop in, say hi, it's not like you have to do a half-hour sales presentation. It's just, hey, I'm Sean. Here's what we have to offer. Love to see you in there sometime. And
a lot of times before I leave, if I walk into a business for the first time, I walk in and I'm like, hey, I'm Sean. I give them this spill. And then I'm like, is there sometime next week we can sit down and do lunch, or I can have you out at the bowling alley and show you what we have to offer in person. And so a lot of times I can normally get an appointment set with me face to face within a week or so.
Yeah, really smart. And especially if you can get them to come to you, right? That really cuts down on your logistics. Plus you're like, hey, come and see the place for yourself.
Once you get them in the door, they're hooked because,
right.
I mean, once they can see what exactly they're buying, they're sold.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't run a whole lot of staff during the day, but we run enough that if someone was to walk in the door and they're looking for one of us, they can find us and we can go show them, the clutch bowling, the bumper cars, the 8,000 square foot arcade. I mean, my mother-in-law is down making candles right now because one of our fundraisers is candles, but we keep a candle case full of candles so we can always show customers candles. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we always have something that we have to offer available at all times
On hand.
on
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. That's a great point of, like you said, once they see it, they're hooked because they can see the fun to be had. Whereas if you're just explaining it, it's not the same as experiencing it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. The demo is the best sale, right? The
Correct.
test drive is as back in your car selling days.
That's right.
I
Once
love
they
that.
get to feel it and they get to call it theirs, it's
Mm-hmm.
theirs.
Right. It's over. Hey, did you like this video? Great. We make 10 of them a week. Subscribe to learn more and keep learning about what's working in the industry. Talk to you then.